We've all been there, looking back at the past, rereading messages, replaying moments in our heads, asking ourselves the same question: how did I not see it? How did I ignore the red flags? But the truth is, ignoring red flags isn't just about not seeing them. It's about something deeper, something hidden inside us. And to understand why people ignore red flags in relationships, let me tell you a story. A story about Sarah. Sarah met David on an ordinary Tuesday afternoon. He was charming, confident, the kind of man who could make anyone feel like the center of the universe. When he spoke, his words wrapped around her like a warm hug. And in that moment, she felt special, chosen. The first few months were magical. Late-night conversations, surprise dates, inside jokes that no one else understood. It was the kind of love people write about in novels. But then, the signs started showing. At first, it was little things. He'd get annoyed if she didn't reply to his messages quickly enough. His compliments sometimes didn't feel as kind as they should. Like when he said, "You're beautiful, but you'd look even better if you lost a little weight." He also had a way of making her dreams seem small, calling them cute, but not something that could really happen. It wasn't obvious at first, but little by little, these moments started to add up. Her friends started to notice things. "Hey, doesn't it bother you how he talks to you sometimes?" they would ask. But she didn't think much of it. "He's just joking," she'd say with a smile. "He loves me." To her, it didn't seem like a big deal. Sure, he could be a little harsh at times, but that's just how he was, right? The human mind is great at creating stories, especially when we love someone. We don't always see them as they really are, we see them as we want them to be. Sarah did the same. She told herself things to make sense of his behavior. He's just protective, that's all. He had a hard past, so that's why he acts this way. He loves me. He just gets jealous because he cares so much. These thoughts made it easier to ignore the red flags and believe that everything was okay. And every time she questioned his actions, he would do just enough to make her stay. Maybe he surprised her with a sweet gift, said all the right things in an apology, or promised that things would be different this time. And Sarah, like so many people, wanted to believe him. She wanted to believe that he truly loved her and that he would change, because holding on to hope felt easier than admitting the painful truth that no matter how many times he promised, things always stayed the same. Denial is a powerful thing. It's the shield we use to protect our hearts from the pain of reality. Sarah ignored the red flags, not because she didn't see them, but because acknowledging them meant she had to make a choice. And making a choice, especially about someone you love, isn't easy. So she convinced herself that everything was fine. But red flags don't disappear. They grow, they escalate, and one day, they become impossible to ignore. For Sarah, that moment came when she realized she was no longer herself. That the girl who once dreamed, who laughed freely, who believed in love, was slowly fading away. And when you reach that point, you only have two choices: stay and lose yourself completely, or walk away and start over. So why do people ignore red flags? Because love makes us hopeful. Because being alone can feel scarier than staying in a bad situation. And sometimes we become so wrapped up in someone else that we forget we were whole before we met them. But the truth is, real love doesn't come with conditions. It doesn't make you feel small. Love, real love, feels like freedom. And the moment we learn to see the red flags for what they are, to trust our own feelings, and to choose peace over constant struggle, that's when we finally understand what love is meant to be. If this story resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever ignored red flags in a relationship? Why do you think we do it? And if you found this video meaningful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Here we have a list of common red flags in relationships. They make you second-guess yourself. You bring up something that bothered you and suddenly you're the problem. You're too sensitive. You're overthinking it. Over time, you stop trusting your own feelings. You mistake control for love. At first, it feels like they just care about you. Text me when you get home. But then it turns into, why didn't you text me back right away? What felt sweet in the beginning starts to feel suffocating. They say the right things. After every fight, they promise it'll be different. And for a while it is, but then it happens again. and again and again. Love isn't about words, it's about actions. They make you feel like you're the lucky one. They remind you how much they do for you, how no one else would put up with you. Slowly, you start believing it. Instead of asking if they deserve you, you spend all your time trying to be good enough for them. You keep waiting for the good times to come back. Every toxic relationship has great moments. That's what makes it so confusing. You remember how things used to be and convince yourself, if I just try harder, we can get back to that. But the person they were in the beginning isn't coming back. That was never who they really were. You're afraid of being alone. Even when you know it's not right, leaving means starting over. It means uncertainty, and sometimes staying in something unhealthy feels easier than facing the unknown. Love makes us hopeful. No one wants to believe that the person they love is hurting them. So we tell ourselves, they don't mean it. They'll change. It's not that bad. But the truth is, love doesn't make you feel anxious or not enough. Have you ever had an experience like this before? Have you ever ignored red flags in a relationship? What made you look past them, and what did you learn from the experience? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective.